Hello and welcome to our discussion of the case study Otis Elevator, Accelerating Business Transformation with IT. This case raises the opportunities for fundamentally changing a firm's infrastructure and basis of competition through IT enablement. It highlights the critical role of the CEO. This case focuses on long-term infrastructure transformation enabled by IT. Otis is the largest elevator company in the world and is part of one of the largest U.S. companies. Otis is more than 150 years old with all the implications it has for old entrenched legacy systems and deep ingrained culture. It is a company whose products used to be primarily mechanical, but now chips and electronics are being inserted at every point in the elevator. Finally, it makes money from two major activities. The first activity is as a manufacturer and distributor of elevators. Manufacturing of elevators is an intensely competitive industry, a few mega competitors, and traditionally Otis has not made much money in this area. The other activity is as a service provider where it provides ongoing maintenance service for installed elevators. A highly profitable area, in contrast to new elevator sales, elevator service is a highly fragmented industry. The longer an elevator is installed, the more price competitive its maintenance contract becomes. Quality of service is a critical differentiator. Otis is a long-term bottoms-up hierarchical organization with all operating authority relating to handling service calls being located at the lowest level of its bureaucratic organization, namely, the branch office. A paper-driven system, each month, 120 offices reported up the organization, their costs, the numbers of failures they handled, and the average time it took to fix them. The practical implication of this was that senior management was far removed from understanding the quality of service in the field. Product quality, individual staff performance and office performance were all hidden, often by deliberate misreporting from weak offices. Additionally, there were no auditable standards to evaluate the quality of office reporting practices. As a result, Otis's senior management did not clearly understand the quality of service being given by each branch, by each mechanic in the branch, and the relative performance of each elevator type. They had run this way for decades. In short, in a highly competitive service-oriented business, they had no way of measuring and thereby managing service quality. Otis changed all of this with its introduction of centralized reporting of each service incident. Every time an elevator fails, the failure is reported into a central unit where it is logged at a computer console and an operator then assigns the repair call to a specific mechanic in the appropriate branch office to work on the job. The mechanic is dispatched to the elevator site. After the mechanic has done the work, he electronically reports back the results of the work to Otis where the central database is updated. This creates a very large database of elevator service calls, time to repair situations where the repair was inadequate, etc. Analysis of this database allows the company to quickly understand which offices are delivering fast good service, which ones are not, which elevator models are giving great repair difficulties, and which ones are not, etc. This allows focused product redesign, intense consulting with branch offices which are below average in service, and intense focus on mechanics who are not performing well. This led to a significant increase in service, but it, of course, also as a byproduct, smashed every operating norm of behavior and element of what was seen as decent behavior in the branch office. What was a bottoms-up organization turned into a top-down piercing spotlight where office, individuals and product performance are monitored in detail. At the same time, the middle two layers on the organization chart were eliminated. Could a normal CIO drive this kind of deep culture change effectively throughout the organization? Answer is no. This is not possible, and only with the aggressive leadership of the CEO is success likely to be achieved. Otis no longer sees itself as a manufacturer of elevators, but rather as a logistical and service company. It has no commitment to any individual factory but will only keep it as long as it more effectively meets the company's quality and delivery needs than an outsourced factory can. Over the past several years, Otis has shut down 26 of their 52 factories. It repeatedly benchmarks its manufacturing and service skills against those of service companies rather than other elevator companies. Companies like FedEx and the Ritz-Carlton are the types of peer companies that they are benchmarking themselves against, as opposed to elevator companies. It is a heavily international company with nearly 90% of its staff being located outside the USA. A company that used to be focused on products is now focused on logistics and information management as its core competencies. Processes are becoming everything. The company is currently generating record earnings as a result of the new programs. In short, it is a firm in the midst of radical transformation. A key part of this transformation is the new opportunities made possible by IT. Table shows a 5-fold improvement in cycle time from the time of purchase of an elevator until it has been completely installed, completely changing the firm's economics. The cycle time traditionally being 8 to 18 months. In the actual situation, the reduction was from 340 days to 68 days, which dramatically changed the economics of this logistics service business, sharply driving up ROA. Otis became the dominant competitor in the industry, and IT was at the core of the company, driving its return on sales from 13% up to 18%, 35% of United Technologies' earnings. Otis's e-logistics initiative, 5 major areas of infrastructure transformation. The e-logistics system was at the heart of Otis's plan. This system basically provided electronic links and data controls for each of these activities. It forced all work into a standard electronic format, which in turn enables quick coordination across formerly fragmented activities. This system is not vaporware, traditionally a paper-driven manual activity. Otis Now puts all aspects of a proposal in electronic form to be reviewed and approved by both sales supervisors and field installation supervisors. This approach provides transparency and makes it extremely easy to change product configurations and schedules with all parties being linked together. This is a completely web-based system which also provides direct input to the financial systems. The old procedures are simply replaced in their entirety. Along with a heavy re-engineering effort, the electronic order, when accepted by the customer, is booked, validated and scheduled. This is accomplished virtually instantaneously through electronic circulation of all key documents. Critically, before a contract can be scheduled, the field supervisor must review with the customer the field installation terms of the contract and gain agreement. It is time to proceed. Prior to an order being released to the factory, the field installation supervisor must visit the site and attest electronically that the customer is ready to have the elevators scheduled. At every step along the way, the system is designed to make it easy for customers to change their orders and add new value-added components, while simultaneously keeping all parts of the organization linked together. Paper-filled inboxes simply disappeared. Order fulfillment has been radically transformed by the establishment of regional contract logistical centers. The regional centers manage the supply chain from the factory to field installation. They coordinate across all subsystem integrators and distribution centers to get the product to the field just in time. They think about Otis as an integrated series of processes, as opposed to a flow of products. The electronic field installation system begins with the field demanding an elevator only when they need it. Early deliveries are identified as bad practice, and are punished in their control systems. The old system focused on smooth, uninterrupted operation of the factories and high turnover of factory inventory. The amount of inventory in the field had never been a focus. The new system is a pull system, designed to get the elevator components to the field on a just-in-time basis to ensure minimum inventory in the field. Under the old system, factory inventories were about $140 million and turned 10 times per year, while $2.5 billion of inventory was scattered on the 35,000 field installation sites across the globe, turning at the rate of about 1 turn per year. The new system attacked this problem. These activities involved organizing the final bill and settling all the charges of change orders, the transformation of Otis from a manufacturing company with a non-traditional set of benchmarks, to a service company, and the need to move from a product focus to a process focus. The extraordinary breadth of benefits from the system were as follows. 1. The five-fold efficiency improvement in cycle time. 2. Penetration through the entire supply chain, impacting overall costs by up to 50%. 3. A discontinuous improvement of customer service to the point where they now advertise their service as a competitive advantage. 4. Sharp increase in sales productivity. Following are the challenges faced by Otis. 1. Deep cultural change as the company moves from a changing products focus to a changing process focus. 2. Technical challenges involved in delivering a robust system across 20,000 computers. 3. Global deployment challenges where the software must operate reliably in over 200 countries and 1,800 operating locations. 4. Managerially driving a standard process, while at the same time, maintaining local empowerment.